Hello, my name is Faye. I am the Chief Operating Officer for Dash. Dash is a software as a service, a prop tech platform that allows property developers and real estate agents to have access to accurate, timely, comprehensive materials to be able to sell more projects. We were initially launching or preparing to launch the product and the platform in Miami, Florida as a beta test market. And before we could do that, we needed to ensure that we had our analytics set up in full so that we could track any marketing activities that we had, and our users as they would come onto the platform and how they would experience the platform. That would help us to then determine how we would scale and strategies and so forth. So it was a very important thing that we needed to do before we could launch. And a couple of people on the team, some developers, and then also myself, started to set some of that up. And then very quickly, we realized that it was quite comprehensive, especially GA4 and Google Tag Manager. And so I started to reach out and connect with a couple of agencies, some freelancers, before I came across Igor and his team. I was immediately very impressed with what I saw on his website. There were a lot of articles and information about GA4 and about analytics implementation and setup. So that already gave me a lot of trust in him, not being an expert. The first conversation we had, that was definitely validated. And I felt immediately comfortable that he really knew what he was talking about. And I was very impressed with the timeline that he gave me. It was a really quick implementation process. So that was great, especially with that pending before we could launch the product. And so how it kind of went was that he did an audit of what we had already set up. He asked a lot of information about the business goals, what we wanted to see from the analytics. And so that for me, that he understood a lot more comprehensively the process of what analytics would be used for rather than just implementing them. So that was great. I knew that he had the business side of it. And so he did a full review of what we had. They made a lot of recommendations. I connected him with our lead developer, where he worked with him and he would update me along the process, which was fantastic because I didn't need to worry about anything. And anytime I had questions about the process, he was very quick to respond. So once the analytics was set up, he walked me through everything. He had created a very comprehensive spreadsheet, which had a backlog of all of the information, why things were set up the way that they were. So if we needed to scale analytics in the future, we had that document to come back to. And then once that was finalized, that was then connected to a visual dashboard in a report. So it was a lot easier for us and anybody who's not analytical to be able to interpret that data and make decisions. I wasn't sure about how we wanted to have that dashboard set up. And Igor was fantastic in sending me a long list of different samples and the work that he had done before, which I could use. So that was really helpful for me, and I appreciated that a lot. We are now actively using analytics and the dashboard that he had created. And I have nothing but high recommendations about him and his team. We'll be very likely working with them again in future projects. And a big shout out and a huge thank you for all of the hard work and the effort that you all put into it. So thanks a lot.